Here we have the Audiopipe txx-apa-15 in the blue. Anyway, it's the first Audiopipe I've owned, really the first generic sub I've owned, out of about 12 or so brands that I've owned. Anyway, I couldn't afford a new name brand subwoofer after I blew my last sub after 4 years of using it. Anyway, I had that CD up there for reference to kind of show you how well built, how stacked this thing is. It's not a little subwoofer. I mean, I've seen bigger, I've owned bigger with subwoofers, but this thing's, for the price, it's a pretty stacked woofer. Anyway, we look in here at the voice coil. It's got a pretty decent wires going to the voice coil, lots of room for flex in the spider. I've had problems with subs in the past where those wires aren't very heavy duty, they rip out of the spider, they burn up, you know. These wires are looking like there's plenty of room to flex. I don't think they're going to yank out or burn up. Anyway, I love the color of this thing. Looks like you have to have an Allen wrench to hook it up. Anyway, I love the color. Very stiff cone. Needs some power and some breaking in, because I could push at least quite a bit of pressure here, and I'm barely moving it. Even from the bottom, barely any flex there with my strength in my arms. It's a nice stiff cone. It's going to take some power to move that thing. Anyway, here's the box it came in. Came with, you know, typical stuff. Owner's manual. Cutout, if you want to build your own box, it's got a cutout there for cutting a hole in the box. Shows you some specs and stuff there, I think. Anyway, let's turn it over. Magnet on here is pretty beefy. I think it's 160 or maybe it was 180 double stacked magnet here. 1000 watts RMS, 2000 peak. I have an Alpine 2000 watt amp, 1000 watt RMS amp. Anyway, should run this thing nicely. All I have right now is an Obcon sealed enclosure to test it out in. So that's what we're going to test it in. I'll have some video of me testing it. Later on I'll be getting a better enclosure, a ported enclosure. Let's see how this puppy does. It looks like it's going to perform well for the price, but we will find out. Eyes might be deceiving. It looks like a nice beefy sub. I mean, once again, this thing isn't small. 8.5 inches deep mounting depth. See how it performs compared to my Alpine 15 or my Rockford P3, you know. I've owned quite a few subs. See how it performs. Anyway, we'll have some video later of it performing.